Okay, so as you all has known, I've probably seen on my platform. My name is Oluyomi Olushola Michael. I'm a product manager. I work from home. I work with a Saudi Arabia company called Uniphonic, and before that, I worked with another Saudi Arabia company called Slide. Before that, I'd worked with a UK company called Barely Human, with the same company owning the same product called Atlas, owning the same product called Progenius. Right. So, and before that, I'd worked as a product intern at Flutterwave and at Wallet Africa. I mean, along all that basic line. And when I am not working as a product manager, I am teaching as one. I'd taught in platforms like Product Hub Africa, Tech for Dev by Women Tech Fellowship, um, and a couple of others like Convergence, and many, many more like that, right? In my leisure as well, I love to attend programs, either it's university conferences or the likes. I'm married, very married. Uh, I'm very married. At the same time, I love to teach. I enjoy it actually. I enjoy teaching. And what do I do for fun? Just in case you know what products managers do for fun. I sit down for my laptop for fun. I enjoy working. so, so that's what I do for fun. When I'm not working, probably I'm in church. When I'm not in church, probably I'm at home with my wife again, married. All right. So this program was initially supposed to be paid, as most of you know. And for some of you, some of you were refunded and others were. Give me a minute. I need to change a setting. Okay. All right. So some of you were refunded, others were uh, did not have to pay at all. And the reason is because I had to cherry pick. We had a lot of leads, those that are interested. We had to cherry pick those that actually meet the criteria. I think I've spoken with most of us or some of us one on one as well to get to know what our background is. I'll try as much as possible to make the class interesting, and at the same time, I'll also try to make it less of a class. So we have gist period, we tell stories, um, and all that at the end of the day. As I mentioned to some of you, the first 45 minutes of the class usually would be the period where we actually do the class itself. And then after that, we take questions. And after that, we can then, in days where we have practicals, we can go into practicals. Usually, I intentionally booked 2 hours of your time because I realized that some people have a mental conditioning to come to class and after class they disappear. So even though we are done with class, ideally I expect that we stay on the call and probably get to do some assignment, especially on days we have practicals. We're not a very large class, so it's easy for us all to just stay on the call, do a bit of our practical. I have a challenge, I can probably unmute and say, hey guys, how are you guys doing this? I'm not able to do it, things like that. Because this the next 6 weeks might be a bit very practical intensive. So I need you to always, at least after the first week, come with your laptop, right? So that you can start getting acquainted with it. Um, so yeah, that's basically the introduction part. I would love to meet everybody individually, but time is a constraint. We have 6 weeks. However, I believe I've called everybody and I know everybody personally at this point. In the meantime, the channel that I've invited everybody, if you're on Teams now, you would find the Teams channel. Give me a minute. Let me share my screen and just walk you through it. All right. So we'll be using Teams for this program. And why are we using Team? In your own case, you'll probably not see this. This is a previous program I just ended early this year. We'll be using Teams intentionally because most companies, tech companies, use either Teams or Slack for communication. So all the entire companies will be on. As you can see in my tax bar, you see I have another Teams here, which is my company Teams. So most companies use Teams. And one of the things I want you guys to actually learn here is understand what it looks like working for a company. So please don't shy away. Don't see this as a place to just come and do class and then disappear. No, don't do that. Like engage. When people ask question, reply them, right? When you have question, post on this channel, right? This place is for introduction. I see so far Joseph has introduced himself. Please let's all take that responsibility as well to also introduce ourselves. Um, Also cultivate the habit of actually replying on other people's comments, right? Just to give you the feel of what it will look like when you eventually start working in a working environment. Some of us had to learn this ourselves, but you don't have to learn it yourself. You have a lot of people here that can give you that vibe of communication online. Especially for those of us that have not worked with teams before, right? I will be dropping announcement here, so please let's try and make this place clean. Intentionally, usually I restrict access to channels, so probably only me and Usita can actually post here. But intentionally, I'm leaving it open in case I actually push an announcement where you require to ask question, clarify anything regarding to that announcement, right? I believe we're all matured here. Some of us are probably even married, right? So we should behave as such, right? So that's that about communication. So all communication will happen on Teams, not WhatsApp group, nothing, right? Secondly, this platform was actually created to help you, right? In most of the training I've done, I usually have presentation slide. I come to class, show you presentation slide, and then after class, I either send you the presentation class after class or after the week. But I notice a gap. Students are unable to actually prepare for class in advance, or they're unable to review. I mean, it's you've taken class and then you're like, okay, let me just wait till Saturday when the material will be sent, and then bam, 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 bam. So because of that, I'd actually curated the entire 6 weeks journey. Of course, there are things that I would say that are not ideally listed here. So I expect you to have your notes. Even I have my notes and my pen because I believe I will learn from some of you, right? So have your note beside you so that if I'm saying some things, you can also probably put it down as well, right? This program is not going to teach you how to be product managers in Nigeria. I'm sorry, I apologize solely for that, but I will create a major distinction when I'm explaining what product managers do in Nigeria versus what, when I say Nigeria, I mean the regular Nigerian company. Companies like Paystack, Flutterwave, OPay, and some banks, right, they follow standard process. So, which means they have standards of global organizations. So when you work with them, it feels like you're working with Meta or Google, right? So when I say Nigerian companies, I mean you know what, right? The other companies, right, where they call people product managers, but that's not what they are doing, right? So I will try and create that clarity when I get there. But at the same time, I need you to understand that I am training you for global opportunities. So some of the things I say in case probably you have watched Get Ready with Me to be a product manager and you've never had people say that before. It's because probably they are product managers in Nigerian companies and the likes, right? Sorry, before I continue, I need to follow up on. Okay, I think almost all of us are here except one person. Give me a minute. I need to send someone a message.
I'm reaching out to them.
Okay, okay, great. Thank you. All right. I understand that we're doing this because it's the first week. Anointing is being benevolent to actually call everybody. After this week or after today, we might not do that anymore. I expect you to be in class regardless. All right, so that's a bit of introduction about the course, about what it would be. At the end of the training, again, this training is the desire of my heart to help you guys understand what I do, how I do it, and probably replicate it as well and get to be that product manager in the next big company. However, at the end of this, there will be certificates, but the certificates are not free. If you want the certificates, um, if you meet the criteria for at the end of every week, there will be assessment and project. You are meant to do the assessment, pass it, and then complete the project. For assessments, you have a chance to actually retry for a period of time. If you retry 3 times and you still fail, it will force you to go and take the courses again. As you can see here, there's a done mark, right? So for every of these that you review, it will done, and it's a requirement that even after class you have to go back to this, study some of those things, or even before class you can study them. The point is, we are tracking every actions that you take on this particular website, and that is a requirement for certificates, even if you have the money to pay. When we are done and you are done, you have verified that, oh yeah, you are good to go, then you can request for a certificate. I'll draft that out and also let you know what the logistic would be. But this is not a required certificate course, right? I mean, companies don't really care about your certificate at the end of the day, right? So what matters is the knowledge. What can you really do, right? And I need you to focus on that while you're learning here. All right, thank you very much. We'll be starting class with today with the day one, but I want to stop this and then start recording again.